Hi and welcome back to Mike Makes It. In the garage, very quick video. You may have seen me make one of these, spring-loaded tap guide, primarily for the lathe, but also for the pillar drill. You've seen both of these in the videos, and that works a treat. I've used that, and that's superb in the pillar drill. When to use it in the lathe, it doesn't fit. Just found out today I've got a 13mm chuck capacity in the lathe, in the pillar drill 16mm. So a little bit of an upgrade for the lathe today. So I'll show you what I've bought, we'll fit it, and away we go. As I say, just 2-minute video. Well, this is what I've bought. Claims to be a self-tightening chuck. I think I'm going to have to hold it to tighten it up. Let's get out of the box. There we go. Didn't pay a lot of money. It was about £40 delivered from an eBay seller. I'll put a link in the description. But I've always had a problem with the chuck on the lathe. They never could do it tight enough. And the chuck key that came with it wasn't even the right one. But with the right chuck key, still can't get it done up tight enough. So I'm hoping this one will be a little bit better. I've got the Morse taper in there, that comes with it as well. So we'll put this together, get it over the lathe, and just to see how good or bad it is. But it does have a capacity of up to 20mm. The only downside, it'll only go down to 5. But I rarely use anything smaller than that on the lathe. In the pillar drill that might have been a problem, but not on the lathe. But it feels very heavy bit of kit. So I'm hoping this won't be too bad a quality. By far it's not the best you could buy. You could pay hundreds of pounds for a real top quality one, but for what I do and the accuracy I need to get to, this will be fine. So we'll pop the Morse taper in the end and get it on the lathe and see what it looks like. Just before we go over to the lathe, there's the Morse taper. I'm sliding that into the chuck, and that feels a good fit, as you'd expect, but nevertheless it doesn't rattle around at all. That you can feel that being sucked in almost. So yeah, so far so good. Let's get on the lathe. Well, there's the chuck in the lathe. It is quite a little bit bigger than the old one. If you can see, a similar position. So between centres is going to be a little bit reduced, but nevertheless I now have the capacity I like. Up to 16mm, so this old one still definitely will have a use, so that's going to be kept in the drawer there. The action is very good. It's nice and smooth but not sloppy, so time will tell just how good that is. One thing I did have to do, let me just wind the tailstock back, is just chop the end off here. If I hadn't have done, I would have to leave this out by about ½ an inch, so I'd have lost even more travel. By the looks of it, the Morse taper on the original is fatter, or certainly starts at a wider point. So effectively that would go in quite well, although I couldn't actually remove it by simply winding the tailstock back. With this one I can, so pop that in, that's fixed. Wind that back enough, you'll see it pop out. There you go. So there's easy change. This one was more difficult, but nevertheless, this is 13mm, that's 16mm. I've got what I wanted, and I can now fit that spring-loaded tap guide in there, which will be handy. That's the main reason for upgrading. But also, I'm hoping this will grip better. You can use a C-spanner in here to really grip up your tool. So yeah, one way or the other, this is a bonus as far as I'm concerned, a little added feature to my lathe. So yeah, maybe you found that useful. I hope you have. I'll put a link in the description to where I got the chuck from. Yeah, very happy. Thanks for watching. A thumbs up if you got time.